I saved that, 612, and boom. Hello, good morning, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Renz, and in terms of the content, I'm honestly still trying to figure out all of this. And so, if you're into software development, software in general, working out, especially calisthenics and breakdancing, then come hang out and follow along with my journey. I hope to inspire people. So, today, I started off not super inspiring. I got out of bed, made the bed, and now I don't feel like going into my usual routine of doing a mobility routine as well as a workout. And so, not off to an inspiring start, but I got to get to it. And so, hey, so I've been putting in some time working on my app, but there's not anything to really show for yet. So I will wait until tomorrow. I'm pretty sure tomorrow I'll have something ready for the improvements that I am working on. But yeah, nothing to show for yet for today, but I need a break. It's been quite some time. It is now 5:46. So I'm running a little late. I should be stopping work by now and going on a walk at like 5, but obviously not. Haven't done that, but I will be as soon as I'm done recording. But I'm also taking this camera now with me. It's the Insta360 Go 3S, and I had just bought it yesterday, and I like the idea of this camera because as an introvert, I like the fact that I can take this pale camera out and stick it to any metal surface and kind of just like low key take footage and things like that. And also, when I started all of this, I wanted to make sure that it's as seamless as possible and not intrusive to the moments. You know, I actually want to be living life and not always just taking footage type of thing. And so with my walks, that's the one thing I was thinking about. I'm like, okay, I don't want to always be filming and taking out my camera just to take footage and things like that. But this, it comes with a magnet pendant, so I can put it around my neck and clip it on to this, which is cool. And with that, I won't I now just have to literally, it would be on my chest, like this pill. I can take this out. Let me show you real quick. So this pill will be on my chest while I'm going for my walk, and I literally just have to press this button to get that B-roll footage that I want, instead of whipping out my phone and, you know, walking and recording for the next 10 seconds and things like that. It just takes away from the moment. So this makes it a lot easier. And also I'm running into issues with my main camera. It's the Samsung S20 that I use, and I had bought a 982 gig SD card that just keeps corrupting my files. And so I'm sick of that. I keep losing footage, and so hopefully with this I will be a little bit more safe, because I can take footage with this, and it has a companion app that I can download on the S20 as well as my iPhones, and I'll be able to upload and download files from there and go back and forth, which is awesome. So I will have backups just in case. And so yeah, that's a bit of an update, but yeah, I need a break from work, and so I'll be going on a walk, and I'll be taking footage seamlessly and easily. Hello, I'm back from my walk, and Strava here says about 20 minutes and almost 2 kilometers. But yeah, the walk was short but sweet. You know, I had this magnetic pendant on as planned, well, metal pendant on as planned, and then the magnetic camera attached to it on my chest, and it was a super nice experience. It didn't take away from my walk at all. You know, I would just be walking completely in it, and I would just from time to time press the button on my chest, and it would take the B-roll footage that I want to be taking for this type of video. And you know, it's a better experience in comparison to me taking out my phone and then taking footage in that way. It's just, I'm still immersed in my walk, and so that was a nice experience. But yeah, today a short walk because I'm running short on time. Again, I got too carried away working on my app and didn't really, well, I knew what the time was, but I just kind of kept going, and that's a flaw of mine. I know that. I keep on going even though I know I need to stop and take a rest and do other things, like something physical, just to balance out my life. But hey, whatever. I have to go eat before session, so I'm gonna do that real quick and take you with me and take footage at session. We are now driving to session, and I was hoping that in the interior of my vehicle that there would be something metallic for me to attach the camera to, but there isn't one so far that I can find quickly. So I'm just now holding the camera on one hand and driving with the other, and of course keeping my eyes on the road because we don't want to get hit or anything like that. But yeah, today's session is something I'm looking forward for. Usually, again, it's on a Wednesday. I mentioned this in the last video, but it's always nice because it gets me out of the house, and of course the energy of other people is always nice because it gives you that extra push to go extra hard. So I'm very much looking forward for it. In my yesterday's session, I wanted to go rounds, and I kind of did, but it wasn't up to the level that I want to be performing. So I'm definitely not conditioned for braking right now. You know, I can do pretty good pull-ups, I can do pretty good dips, and most of the body weight workouts with extra weight. But when it comes to breaking, I'm not very conditioned. I feel gassed just doing a little bit of something. So I need to be working on my conditioning because there are jams upcoming in the next week, actually this week, and the week after that there are jams. So I need to be conditioned, and so that's what I'll be working on today. And again, hopefully I'll have that extra push since there's going to be people around. So very much looking forward for it. Okay, it seems to be that the footage coming out of this camera during nighttime is not that great, but I'm gonna keep on rolling anyway, I think, just to get the thoughts out of my brain while it's fresh. So, session went on pretty late. We started at around 7:30. It's now 8:59, so almost 9, and there goes my sleep. Lately I've been trying to prioritize my sleep more because I'm very good at waking up, but I'm not very good at sleeping and giving myself enough hours to sleep. I usually get around 6, but ideally I get 8, right? And so yeah, I gotta prioritize my sleep. And again, I was running late today to session, and then session ended up being really good and fun. There's a lot of people, and so energy was there, and I was throwing some stuff, which was good. But yeah, now I'm suffering with my sleep, and sleep is the most important. You know, I can eat right, I can work out, I can do all the healthy things, but if I'm not sleeping, man, that's the best thing that you could do for yourself, for your body, for your health. But yeah, overall a good session. At first I was thinking of not going, but it was very worth it going. Good morning. It is now the next day, and already I'm not feeling like doing my mobility routine, but you and I both already know that that's just how it feels before doing it. But after doing it, I'm gonna feel the best, and so gotta get it done. morning movement has been completed, and as expected, I feel so much better to tackle my day now. My body feels great and I feel awake already, and I haven't had my coffee and my shower and all of that, so it's always worth it, man. So I'm now driving to my brother's work. So I dropped off my mom after our little date there. You know, I've been trying to take out my parents as much as I can and as much as I can afford. And, you know, I'm not trying to take them for granted. So, yeah, I'm trying to do that as much as I can. And it was a good time. Today, my mom and I, we were at probably one of the best, I think it is the best Viet spot here in the city. I had pho as usual, and the pho there, honestly, nothing has beat it so far. So it was a good time. You know, we caught up, we argued, you know, family stuff, but overall it was a good time. And yeah, now I'm driving to my brother's work because, as you can probably tell, the interior of this vehicle is a little different. I'm using his vehicle for today because he's doing some stuff with my car, so that's the reason why. But yeah, I'm driving to my brother's work now. He said that he forgot something in his car that he needs, I guess, so I'm driving there, and maybe the car, my vehicle, will be done as well, so that would be nice if so. But either way, that's what I'm doing. Hey, so I've made a bit of progress on my app that I can actually show you. So looking at the screen, you'll see that today is August 14th, Thursday. And if I was to go on any of the previous days, let's say August 12th, you'll see that, well, in the current live version of the app, I wouldn't be able to pull down on my list to add a to-do for that day. But I basically just removed that restriction. So let me pull down and let me create a to-do, and let's just call it August 12th so that things are easy to follow. Now, if I'm to go to August 14th, that should show up as a pending task. And as you can see there, August 12th has been pending for about 2 days, which is correct. And basically, my thought process of why I restricted users from adding to-dos in the past is because I didn't have the solution figured out at the time. So let's say I swipe right on August 12th. Now this modal shows up, and basically I didn't have the solution, this modal. So when you swipe right on a pending task, what does that mean? Do you want to mark it complete for the day of the day that it was added, or for today's date? And basically, yeah, this modal solves that. So let's say today I want to mark this August 12th to do. Let's press that. It should show for August 12th that it's now been marked. And when I go to August 12th, it shouldn't show there, which it doesn't. So it's working. And now for August 10th, just to show you the other button, I'll swipe right on this. I'll pick August 10 for August 10 to do. You should now see on August 10 that it has been completed. And if I was to go to August 14, again, it's not showing there. So that's all working. And in the achievements modal as well, it should show you properly the to-dos and when it was completed. And it does show there for August 10. August 10 has been completed. For August 12, we marked it for today. So that's all working. And the other thing that I've been working on is the habits feature. So in the current live version of the app, look at one of my habits, test habits on here, and they're marked as, in the app, habits are marked by square bullet points. And one of the habits that I have on here for testing is called high comp. And as you can see here, let me highlight it. It has a habit completion of 999, which means in the current live version of the app, it requires you to swipe right on this habit 999 times, or press on its grid in this screen 999 times just to mark it complete. But now I'm patching it so that if you try and mark a completion, you can now not just increment by that one at a time or decrement one at a time. You can now choose whether you want to do increments of 5, decrements of 5, and so on and so forth, which is very much needed. And again, you can just cancel or save. So I saved that 612 and boom. I think it's much needed and it's a nice improvement for the app. And so, yeah, that's what I've been working on. Very productive day so far, I must say. But now I must do a hard stop on working on this app. Again, on a daily basis, I always plan on stopping at 5 p.m. Hard stop, just forget about the app, but I always end up just carrying over just a little bit. But I need to get ready for session. There's another dance session outside with people, so don't want to miss the opportunity. And again, there's a jam happening this weekend, so it would be nice just to have people around again and exchange energy with and train in that sense instead of being alone, because that's going to be the same environment that's going to be there for the jam. So gonna get ready for that, go eat and all of that. But yeah, if you're liking what you're seeing with my app, then do consider supporting the app. You can start a free trial and yeah, try it out, see if you like it. If not, that's cool too. But either way, thank you for supporting, and yeah, I'll see you at session. So we're now driving to session, and as you may or may not notice, I'm wearing the same blue pants that I wore for yesterday's session. And the reason for that is because I'm testing them right now. You know, I'm trying to see if I'm actually comfortable dancing in them, because I'm planning on wearing these pants for this weekend and next week's jam as well. So yeah, just literally testing them out. And I also changed it to this white shirt instead of the gray shirt that I wore for the date with my mom. And that's because this is my change of shirt. And I'm not going to be dancing in these because it'll just end up being brown. So not a good idea dancing in a white shirt outside. So I'll be wearing my gray shirt for today's session. And man, I have to really think about my fits on a daily basis. And that's why for the most part I'm always naked at home, because I go through a lot of clothing, man, if I just wear shirts at home. So as much as I can, even when working out, sometimes I'll just be naked just to save clothing, because laundry is a lot of work. So thought to share that before a session, but yeah. now home and showered up, and today's session was pretty good. It started off slow, but then at the end we all agreed on doing cipher rounds. We initially agreed on doing just 3 rounds each, but we ended up doing 8 rounds each. And so after all of it, we just felt good. I feel like it just prepped us for the weekend jam, so that was very much needed. In terms of me, after a few rounds I felt like I got sloppy, and it's good to get that out of the way now, because now I kind of know what my limits are for this weekend, and hopefully with that I can manage to stay fresh. So overall, today's session was good, just like yesterday, so it was awesome. Did not regret it at all. But I already know, in terms of this video, that this is going to be a long one, so I'm gonna end it here. I am ready for bed, and so is Fish there, so I'm gonna end it there. If you made it this far, thank you, and for future me, I hope you appreciate this. And for you, I hope this was a little bit inspiring or whatever. I hope you got something out of it. And so yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you once again, and I will see you in the next one.